Hello and welcome back to Bicycle Legs and another episode of Favourite Albums of All Time. Today I'm going to be talking about the fifth album by the American progressive rock band Spock's Beard, which is aptly titled 5. This came out in the year 2000. Now, I didn't become a fan of Spock's Beard until about 2002, I think it was. It was just after Snow came out and Neil had left the band, I found out all of a sudden. Spock's Beard were a band that I had been reading about a lot in, I think it was Classic Rock magazine. And I finally decided I needed to check them out, and I thought to myself, well, if I see one of their CDs cheap at the secondhand section of my local record store, I'll pick it up and see what I think. And the first album of theirs that I did buy in the secondhand section was actually Beware of Darkness. But by the time I was 3 songs into that album, I was a Spock's Beard fan, and I needed to own everything that they'd recorded. But my favourite album by them is definitely 5. This is a wonderful, wonderful album of modern progressive rock. It has stylistic hallmarks from the classic 70s music, but it definitely is not a mere imitation of 70s progressive rock. It definitely has what were, for 20 years ago, modern stylings. I love this record, I love this band. I particularly love the Neil Morse era of this band, although they've done some great records since. And this album starts with what might be, and this is a huge call, I know, but might be my favourite song of all time. And that is At the End of the Day. 16.5 minutes of just pure, wonderful, progressive rock music. I've never quite figured out what the lyric is about. I think it's kind of about at the end of the day, as in, you know, as you're getting towards the end of your life and you're kind of reassessing how things have gone. But musically, this song just absolutely blows me away. It's various sections, right from the intro with the English horns, all the way through. It's just absolutely an incredible piece of music. It then goes on to some shorter songs, well, by their standards anyway. You have Revelation, which is 6 minutes long. And it's an interesting song that they've done a few of over their career, where they'll have like a quiet section and then a very loud section. In this case, the verses are very quiet, very mellow, and then the choruses are really bludgeoning. Good song. Next is Thoughts Part 2, which is, again, it's a song where they do these wonderful interweaving harmonies that I was to find out were inspired by the band Gentle Giant. And Gentle Giant has become one of my favourite bands of all time, and I have Spock's Beard to thank for knowing who Gentle Giant are, because I bought a DVD that has a making of this 5 album on it. And as they're recording the song and writing the song Thoughts Part 2, Neil keeps referring to it as their Gentle Giant song. And I had never heard of Gentle Giant before this. And I thought, well, I must check this band Gentle Giant out. So again, I went and I bought a couple of their CDs and just instantly fell in love with that band. So that's another reason that this album is so special to me, is not just because I think it's a wonderful album in and of itself, but it made me discover a whole nother band that I'd never heard of and are one of my favourite bands, Gentle Giant. All on a Sunday is a commercial song, good rock and roll song. I think it should have been a hit. It was released as a single in 2001. but a band like Spock's Beard, not on a major label, they were never going to get the airplay. But I think if they had, it had a good chance of being a hit. It's a really good song, but it's a catchy commercial song. The next song is Goodbye to Yesterday, which is a lovely, quiet ballad. Yeah, very pretty song. And then you get the behemoth that is The Great Nothing, which is the last track on the album. 27 minutes long, and one of their greatest epics. Again, like all of their epics, it goes through a number of different sections, a number of different changes. The lyric seems to be quite autobiographical for Neil, about his own sort of self-doubts and coming to realize that, you know, what he was doing was worthwhile and all that sort of thing. But it's just, this is up there with the great prog rock epics as far as I'm concerned. What a band this was. And, you know, they're still going. They've got, you know, Rio's still there, Dave's still there, Al Morse is still there, and they're there with Ted Leonard, and they're still making some good music. But this is my favourite Spock's Beard album, 5 from the year 2000. Let me know in the comments what you think of this album. If you have a different favourite Spock's Beard album, let me know what that is. Tell me if you've ever discovered another band because of an album by a particular artist, like I was talking about with Gentle Giant on this one. I'd love to find out about that. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram at bicyclelegs. On my Instagram, I'm mostly posting the records that I'm listening to at the time. On Twitter, I just talk about anything and everything, but please come and follow me there. Please like, share, and subscribe. It really does help the channel out. And if you're new to the channel, as well as hitting that subscribe button, please go and watch some of my other videos, because I think there's some other content there that you'd really enjoy, including a studio albums ranked of Gentle Giant. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.